Hi, good morning. How are you? This is Andrew Lalo, Shuti President. Now, today is going to be a very important some webinar for a lot of people who are pre-diabetic or just the beginning of diabetes. And basically, why I give you this webinar is that a lot of people came back to me and say, Andrew, I'm so shocked. I didn't know that I'm a pre-diabetic now. And then what can I do? The doctor told me that in about if I don't do much, like changing my diet and exercise and so forth, in about a year, I will become a diabetic. And some people even very close because they're 6.3 or close to 6.4, and some even are slightly over already, and they are totally, basically very concerned. So I thought, maybe with that, we should able to provide you some early warning sign so you understand basically, wow, if you can see this sign, I can get it early. So that way I will not get into a diabetic state, even don't know, and then suddenly doctor say, hey, you are diabetic, and you take medication now, your blood sugar is very high. Because really, at the end of the day, there might be a no sign and symptom for you to recognize. But there's some minor sign which you might picked up. And that's the time you got to go see doctor and start getting your A1C and start examine your fasting blood sugar and so forth and so forth, that you can take all kind of tests to help you to see where you're at. And net result, really important. You have to change lifestyle. So shall we start? We start our webinar today now. And I hope that this will help you to at least give you this warning sign. You'll be less affected. I can tell you, really, at the end of the day, a lot of my customer who actually came in and told me that they were totally surprised. Oh, I am now a serious uh, pre-diabetic, very close to diabetes. Or some even say, oh, wow, you know what? The doctor told me I already diabetic, but I'm in early stage. So I think it's so important that you can able to do something to help yourself. Okay, so now let's start our webinar today. Okay, today we're going to talk about what is the 12 warning sign of the pre-diabetic and how you revert it naturally. Now, it's very true. You can actually revert it to be non-diabetic, and you can stay in the pre-diabetic state for a number of years. And with that, you will eliminate yourself with all the potential really big problem of being a diabetic. Because, like, for example, you be not necessarily have your memory loss, you not cannot remember things or keep repeating the same thing over and over again, can't recognize your friends, recognize children, and all the activities. And that is serious. You can be cause of blindness, could be heart attack, could be kidney disease, could be nerve damage. All that will be basically decrease the risk to potentially getting all these diseases I just mentioned. So that is become a really important. This is a webinar to help you to better understand so you don't get into the trap to become a diabetic. Because when you're diabetic, man, you have all kind of issues. The key here is to delay all these things. So you might never get into there. So if you really work on it, you might never get into that sign and symptom that or disease that I told you about. But if you don't act now, maybe 10 years from now, you'll be serious diabetic. Oh, wow, that would be very, very sad. It will be extremely expensive. It's going to be a very poor health. So basically, that's what my objective today. Hopefully, that will help you out. So first of all, I talk about what is the common warning sign of pre-diabetic for many people, which we ignore or don't even know until the day they went to see the doctor. Doctor said, hey, you are pre-diabetic or you are diabetic already. So really, that will, if you are diabetic, you really can affect your energy, your weight, your heart, your metabolism, which I mentioned all about. And really, at the end of the day, you can just basically use lifestyle change, simple dieting, and support your blood sugar to be a normal level, or at least not to go up to spiking level to 8, 9, 10, and that type of scenario. With that, if you take those practical steps to help you to manage that, you know what? Blood sugar become normal, you become healthy, you can go travel, go anywhere. So that's what I'm trying to do and how low sugar can help you. And today, the webinar will be very meaningful. Now, I noticed today a lot of people show it in this webinar. I don't familiarize with the name, but it's okay. We always try to catch up for everybody. Everybody mostly don't go through this 4 stage of diabetes. The first stage of diabetes, as LDL cholesterol goes up, it damages the B cells coming out from the pancreas. B cells will take sugar in the cells. If more B cells come out, but what happened is the LDL cholesterol is damaged the B cell coming out, and so more B cell coming will not go work. So blood sugar continues to circulate in the bloodstream more and more and more. Eventually, blood sugar and bad cholesterol get together, the blood becomes thick, and your problem is going to form. And what happened is once it becomes thick, you get all these plaque form, and the space of your vessel become narrow, more narrow, and net result, your blood pressure is less like come out. Now, diabetic is really the major problem. With this is all plugged up, you're gonna have all kind of problems. You got heart problem, you have the brain problem, your kidney problem, your nerve problem. Everything is on because of diabetes. Is the plaques that form all throughout your body, the whole body. Now I'm talking not only one area. So this is the major problem. Now, unfortunately, with that, you have no sign and symptom, nothing. You feel the same thing. So your lifestyle did not change. You did not change your diet. You keep eating all this nice sweet donut and so forth. Very quickly, you change to stage 3, which is your pre-diabetic state, which is the topic today we talk about. And every doctor measures the same thing. It's called HbA1c, which is a 3-month average of your blood sugar. How do they measure it? They measure, everybody have hemoglobin. They measure the amount of glucose, which is blood sugar, attached to this hemoglobin, your cells. And if you have more sugar attached, that means your A1C will be higher. Now, the normal A1C is 5.7. If you're over this 5.7 to 6.4, now you become a pre-diabetic stage. Now, unfortunately, in this pre-diabetic stage, there's no medication for you. The doctor said you're not diabetic, but you can change your lifestyle. What you can do is you can lower your carb intake, which you're supposed to only have 150 gram carb now. You get low-fat diet, you get exercise, 150 a minute of exercise per week. You have to lower your weight. BMI has to go down to 23. We'll tell you all that. And you say, wow, okay. But on the other hand, if you don't follow through, you will continue the same lifestyle, your blood sugar will going up, and very quickly you will become over 6.4. Once you're over 6.4, you become stage 4. Now you become a diabetic. Once you're over diabetic, sorry, you can't go back. The record stated you're diabetic, and most likely your insurance will go up, or some company will find in Hong Kong, they even reject insurance because you're diabetic. So, wow, that would be very, very costly. So one thing you can help you to really protect you is low sugar tea. And low sugar can definitely lower your sugar, cholesterol, and blood pressure. Well, why would low sugar tea? Well, low sugar is very simple. There's 2 things in there. There's called guava leaves, which delay absorption of sugar into the bloodstream, and then there is bitter melon, which increase the insulin sensitivity and take the sugar back to the cells. So with that, you have now used up your sugar. Now the excess sugar, which you never used up, you know what? Bitter melon increase that go back to the urine and dump the excess sugar in the urine. And they also dump the LDL cholesterol out, plus they dump the salt out. When salt dumped out, then the blood pressure comes down. So 3 high, the blood sugar, cholesterol, and blood pressure will come down. So with that, you are fairly become a much lower risk to get all the diabetic syndrome. I saw so many people now from A1C as high as 10, 11, they drop down to below 6. So that is really good. And you below 6, you can be most likely the risk of getting all of the typical diabetic complications are much less. But you have to work on it. That's the reason why we have this 5 program help you to prevent you to go get worse. This 5 program is one, will teach you how to, certainly you have to drink low sugar tea, 6 to 8 cups a day to lower your blood sugar. Basically, it's very simple to do, just drink tea. Secondly, it will teach you about low carb diet, low fat diet, Plus, now you have to do exercise every day, 8 to 10,000 steps. You say, well, it's going to be hard. Not really, because you can start out with slowly, start a 15-minute walk, following half an hour, eventually 45 minutes, an hour. Now, a lot of people tell me, oh, Andrew, I can't do this because weather is so hot or oh, so cold. You can buy a Stepmaster. A Stepmaster costs maybe $30, $50 US. Hong Kong costs $150 to $300 Hong Kong dollars. And then you get a Stepmaster. You can watch TV step by step, half an hour. You get two barbell, 1 pound each. Go like this, up and down. Go like this, and open your lung. Oh, wow, this is cool. And then when you do this, you know what? You improve your gait. You lose your weight. And on top of that, you get your exercise and you're watching TV. So that way you don't waste no time. Plus, you can do it literally, and after half an hour, you burn about 300 calories. In 1 hour, you burn 600 calories. Imagine that. Isn't that great? Definitely help you to lower your weight. It's up to you to do it. So you got to do it. So with that, we'll also give you the free webinar. This webinar totally free every week, like today. And this webinar are various topics. We talk about how to lower your cholesterol, what is pre-diabetic mean to you, heart issue, all that. We have 400 of them. Now you can able to take this picture. Just scan this QR code. You'll get all these webinars in English. Is actually in the YouTube, www.ctteaslowsuta/video. So it's CTT's low shooty video. So take a picture of this, and then you can just scan it. You can get into 400 videos to teach you about dieting, teach you about carbs, low-fat diet, exercise, weight control, everything. It's a whole shebang of lecture which you can enrich yourself to understand. You can take it at your leisure anytime. It's the lectures between half hour, 45 minutes. That's all. So you can gain. I'm basically make all this empower you to better understand your problem, and you can able to do it. But you have to act. That is the challenge that you may have. Okay, let's talk about what is pre-diabetic. Okay, because a lot of people don't even know what is pre-diabetic mean. Well, pre-diabetics happen when your body start resistant insulin. You know, remember the LDL cholesterol comes out, and basically the LDL cholesterol goes up, and when the B cells come out, the B cell takes sugar to the cell. It damaged it. So in result, that means the insulin is not going to work. So it's called typically called insulin resistant. Or the body start acting slowly or poorly to the insulin. It's also responded. It is also happened. So net result, when the insulin is not working a lot, they will pump out more insulin for you. So meantime, it's okay. But as time goes on, more and more, really the pancreas become tired. And eventually, insulin become less effective. And over time, the pancreas become overworked and exhausted. So no longer keep up the body growing demand of the insulin. What happened is the glucose will continue to go up and up and up. So in that result, all the glucose are not necessarily all go to the body and continue blood sugar continue goes up. Eventually, now you have more sugar in the bloodstream, which attach. If you measure A1C, you will start seeing that wow, it's no longer 5.7. It became 5.7 and 6.4. And this is the stage which is called the pre-diabetic stage, the 5.7, 6.4. Normally it should be 5.7. Now you over that amount, you got 6.5. Now you have type 2 diabetic. And basically that's how you determine you are a pre-diabetic stage or not. Doctor will go in right away. They say, okay, I need to measure your blood called HbA1c, and normally they call A1C. So remember this term, A1C. That is the important term for you. Okay. So why is matter if that's the case? Now, as we mentioned, pre-diabetic, when the sugar continue goes up, you cannot manage the sugar well in your bloodstream. The sugar not going to the cells. Net result, you will form two things. three things actually. One, your blood sugar will continue to go up and start making all kind of plaque throughout the body, and the sugar doesn't go down more and more. And that result, you now be once A1C over 6.4, now you are type 2 diabetic. And then that result, remember those plaque will be basically it blocks blood flow through all the vital organ. It might be your heart, it might be your brain, which you might have a stroke. If you go to heart, you can develop heart disease. And so really, at this stage, you might not have much symptom, but if you don't take care of it, then you really have a serious issue, maybe a few years down the road. And many people in pre-diabetic really don't know, and they don't recognize the early sign. And that's the reason why all our topics help you to let you understand, so you have the motivation to go, okay, I recognize this, I need to do something about it. So it will help you to build awareness. And so you have all the warning signs. So you got to start action. So you got to start changing your lifestyle, i.e. your diet, your activity, your sleep, your stress level. You become much more relaxed. And you want to make sure early action to prevent you get your diabetes and protect your heart, your brain, your kidney, the whole body. So really, at the end of the day, that's the reason why it mattered to you. And that's the reason why I'm giving all these lectures, because I myself, I have the similar issue. I start realizing I have that issue. That's why I developed low sugar tea and helping people, because my blood sugar went A1C all the way to 6.9, but now I brought it down to 6 and below. And boy, I now think about it, I eliminate all the potential risks of, basically heart attack, kidney disease, brains, stroke. I at least delay this symptom and risk of this type of disease. And I become very, very much healthy. And it took about 1 year to really change the lifestyle, because you were basically not motivated yet until you see the bad side of it and say, wow, I don't do anything. That would be terrible for me. And naturally, once I did that change, was wonderful. I no longer crave for 3 ice cream. I mainly eat a lot of vegetables, salad. I take soup. Those are the things, and exercise, and really losing my weight. Wow, this is amazing. I can tell you, when you do this, you can able to do really well for yourself. Follow this, because this is good for you. You have to act, and this is why it's matter. Now, normally the 2 tests usually doctor will try to see, well, are you really pre-diabetic or you are diabetes? They will take what they call impaired glucose tolerance test, IGT. What they do is they make you to drink 250 mils of sugar water and test how you're handling this sugar water, and basically they measure your blood sugar, see you can able to handle your sugar well. If you after 2 hour drink, your sugar continues to shut up, doesn't come down, that's when you start to have a problem. And just the prevalence right now in 2021, 9.1% adult of 460 million people are potential have this issue. But think about it, they forecast 2045, there will be 10% of the population, 638 million, will have this issue. Meaning that means at the end of the day, that 638 million people will be potentially become type 2 diabetes. Man, that's scary. And that's the reason why I want to make sure you are not in that group. Also, another one they would test is basically is the impaired fasting glucose. Basically, you don't eat anything for 8 hours and check your blood sugar, where it's going to be. If your blood sugar is high, and right now in 2021, 5.8 million people in the world has 298 million have this issue. But in 2045, there's 414 million people who have this issue. Meaning diabetes, type 2 diabetes, will be a tremendous issue for World Health Organization or anybody in any city have that potential issue. So These two tests are most common tests in developed country or any country to understand where the diabetes is going to be, type 2 diabetes. This mainly focused on type 2 diabetes. And at the end of the day, we'll realize in certain developed country, the more people, high income people, maybe in US or even Hong Kong, why they have more people become diabetes, because first they're eating more processed food, they usually less physical activities, they don't exercise, they obese, they really work hard, and there's tremendous amount of stress. All these things will create your type 2 diabetes. And in 2045, start moving toward to the low and middle income countries, which is not less developed, but due to the fact that they're highly urbanized, start moving rapidly to developed city, and their diet will be changed. And then a lot of people are in sedative lifestyle, and then they really basically also not necessarily got into the healthcare, can able to identify themselves. And so all that, the number of type 2 diabetic patients will shut up completely, very, very high. So the problem will not be only developed country and underdeveloped country is the same. So what are the warning signs? It's really important is understand this, because this is the first step you can see, wow, this is coming. So one thing is important to see is the increased thirst, and also frequent urination. The reason what happened is the blood sugar go up, the kidney try to dump up your excess glucose through the urine, and so they start leading with a lot of urine dumped out. Then you become dehydrated, so you become thirsty. You drink water. You keep drinking water. It's acidified. Now that is one very common sign that you need to look at. Also, you frequent fatigue. You constantly getting tired because the problem is the glucose, or blood sugar, is not enough to give you into the cell to give you energy. So you can persistently become tired. Even you rest, somehow start come back to say, "Hey, I'm okay." Blurred vision. High blood sugar cause fluid shift in the eye lens, and also all cholesterol plug in. It get formed all over the place. The eye becomes start damaging. A lot of people just thought that, oh, maybe got old. That's why I'm getting this. And I have engineer at 45 years old come back to tell me they have that issue. Now they are high blood sugar, and we can only save them one eye because the blood sugar is so bad, damage the eye. So the visual can be temporarily altered, but if you don't take care of it, it will be permanent altered. Now you also have increased hunger. Somehow inefficient, eat all the sugars, things like that, it still trigger you are hungry. The reason why the sugar are not getting into the cell. So even you eat, you still crave for more food and feel hungry shortly after your meal. So really, if you have that, always hungry, always want to eat, you need to start asking yourself whether you can really need to check up. Now, a lot of people don't realize, hey, I'm trying to lose weight. Unexplained weight loss, although you might really doing weight, try to lose your weight, but what happened is the body cannot use your glucose. You know what? Cannot use blood sugar. They're going to start getting sugar from muscles everywhere to burn fats from the muscle for energy. Now, when you got this fat burn, then you might start losing without you might lose weight without any effort, and you will continue want to eat more, but you're not able to gain weight. And it's really the loss of weight is because you now have a metabolic trouble, meaning that the body are not getting sugar. They want to get sugar from where? Everywhere, the muscles, and that result you have this issue, and even your appetite increase, but your weight is not increasing because they're burning muscle to get sugar. And also, you start seeing the wounds are not healing. High blood sugar impairs circulation. like especially your leg, your arm, and actually also decrease your immunity. So your cut and bruise, it takes a long time to heal. As really true in pre-diabetic. That's one very major sign. When you get injured, it doesn't heal right away. It takes a long time. And so you can see the discoloration of the skin or whatever. And so you need, if the sore is not healing and the bruise are not disappearing and much longer, and it usually sometimes become infected. Now that you really got to realize that this is a strong sign you are pre-diabetic. And also, one really common is very common for pre-diabetic is tingling feeling and numbness, because many of the nerve damage sensitivity, especially to the leg, to the arm area, and could be your feet. All these because of the fact that nerve damage is due to the blockage of sugar cannot get down to the nerve ending area. So end up you're gonna have tingling feeling, your pin needle type of numbness, needle feeling, pain, pin needle feeling. You have numbness on the hand and feet. This is truly the early sign of nerve damage. So you gotta really see that. You gotta see a doctor to understand whether that's true or not. And the nerve sensitivity change also occur when you start getting dark skin on the neck area, especially under armpit, elbow. So all these are really a strong sign of insulin resistance. And usually you start seeing that dark skin area called a skin mark or skin patch that is really being darkened. Something like that, you need to start looking into it and ask the doctor what's happening. Also, really so easy is your elevated blood sugar. Your blood sugar start going up, and then when your sugar go up, you know what? Your immune system defense are going down. Okay, and it make infection the more common, especially urinary tract infection, skin infection, gum infection, and then yeast infection. Lady has a lot of yeast infection. When you see that, that is a good sign to say, hey, I better start checking out, man, because that's mean that I might be really in the verge of, pre-diabetic. Now, one of the things that common is the blood sugar change can be affect your brain chemistry. And that result, you will have a lot of mood swing, irritability, so difficult to concentrate and feel anxious, and also somehow just no reason, just very mood swing, irritable. Now, this is another very good sign for you to start understanding, hey, am I in that stage of pre-diabetic? Plus, you also have trouble think clearly called brain fog. High or low blood sugar disrupt the brain energy supply, and that's lead to confusion, lack of focus, difficult concentrating. You might be also starting to get forgetful, or thinking very, seems like I think really slowly, mental cloud, and even simple tasks might be hard to complete. Particularly after meal or prolonged period without eating, you have probably the same issue. And so this is one area a lot of people don't think about, but a very clear sign you can have that issue you need to think about. Now, one of the things that really wonderful that body really works, the craving of sugar, because the craving of sugar, what happens is blood sugar start rising, and then it start crashing because it's go up and down. Now, when you have a lot of insulin resistance, the sugar, the blood sugar cannot go to the cell. So even that sugar is actually in the bloodstream, but on the other hand, you don't have enough insulin taken to the cell. The body say, hey, I'm hungry, I need to eat. And your energy will quickly start disappearing. You feel tired, and you're going to start saying, hey, I need some sweet, or I need some bread or sugar drink to get myself energy back. But sad part is after eating a sugar, your blood sugar continues to spike quickly, then it drops fast, the vicious cycle come again. So you're not going to get looking for more food again. Over time, your insulin resistance will get worse, and you really, the pre-diabetic risk are going to go up. If you don't take care of that, you become type 2 diabetic. So craving sweet after meal might be a body really wanting to tell you, hey, your blood sugar are not truly balanced. You gotta really what? And a lot of people after the heavy dinner, they say, wow, I need some donut, or I need some sweet. I need those. So that might be one very good sign. So you have to learn how to control that. Okay. So we're talking all that. Now we talk 12 different scenarios that you need to watch. So you are telling me, hey, I can do this, reverse this naturally? Are you kidding? Are you sure? 100% sure. You can do it. You can basically help yourself not to get into this trouble, which I mentioned. Now, the key here is you got to have a daily change of lifestyle. Big impact to your blood sugar control. Now, very interesting. You just got to do is one, you have to regulate your sleep schedule. Meaning, if I sleep at every day at 10 o'clock, I go to bed at 10 o'clock and I wake up at 5 or 6, whatever. At least I have 7 hours sleep and more, 7 to 8. So you do that every day, your sleep habit, you use your insulin better, you control your appetite better, you reduce stress hormone, which is the cortisol hormone, much better. Plus, the second thing, I have to have a real good, healthy diet. And that is so important. I tell you, the diet is extremely important for you. You got to really do this in order for you to make sure that blood sugar continue to maintain healthy. So you really have to make sure reduce all the refined carbs like white bread, pastry, sugar drink like bubble tea, and you have to have high fiber diet, which is like vegetable, beans, oats, fruits. So what I teach all my clients is that half the plates, easy to remember, all greens, like lettuce, whatever greens put in there, it's okay, all greens. And basically you allow that to basically keep all the fibers and greens and vegetable. And quarter plate is going to be your white fish, lean pork, white chicken, and the other one quarter area is going to be not white rice, but brown rice, red rice, or beans. So all that become now your basic, and you have lots of selection. Go up to the internet, you can find out all kind of food can make you really easy to understand how to get this right food, and do not take highly processed food, and basically no hot dog, no all these processed food, plate lunch, TV dinner, all this is going to be bad for you. And reason why we give you a low sugar tea, you drink 2 liter or 1.5 liter a day, because plenty of water can help you to dilute your blood. And basically, there's no calorie, no sweet in there. So net result, you will continue to dilute your blood. So your blood sugar continue to maintain regular level. And that's what low sugar, that's why you drink all this water. Okay. Instead of drinking, don't drink enough water, blood gonna thick, or instead of drinking that, you drink soda. Oh, that would be terrible. Okay. And you have to do regular exercise. So more sensitive, because physical activity make yourself more sensitive to the insulin. So take sugar back to the cell. With that, you always aim your, make sure that you always aim every day at least half an hour to 1 hour of exercise, meaning it could be walk, could be step master, whatever. Now, body weight become important. If you drop 10% your body, meaning about 220 pounds, I drop it down to 200. You minus 1% of A1C. So body weight is so important. I know it's hard. It took me 2 years to drop that 10%, but it works. Every month you drop little bit by little bit. Eventually you drop 10%. And you can go for another 10%. So net result, you will continue to understand how to do this, and you will able to, become much more healthier. Just walk. You could be swimming, could be dancing, doesn't matter. The key is continue to do your activity, exercise, and that will be really help to lose weight, help you to improve your insulin resistance, and it really become you definitely will get you much better and healthier stage. You have to manage the stress. Now, stress will give you increase what? Blood sugar, to increase your blood sugar, because the body will say, hey, you are ready to fight, I'll give more sugar. So really, at the end of the day, if you are pre-diabetic, it's so important. You have to decrease stress. You can able to do walking, to deep breathing. You can, your yogurt, walking outdoor, listening to music, whatever you do. But you have to relax. So you have to enough rest and relax so you don't have stress. I know in life is a lot of stress, but if you can able to get out, look at the greens, look at the beach, look at the seashore, and you will be much better. Suddenly, every day you have to take the habit to drink low sugar tea. Low sugar tea is caffeine free. It's a beverage, it's no calories, nothing. Just a herbal drink. It's not a drug. It's a herbal drink. It's just food, basically. And you would drink 6 to 8 cups a day, especially at bedtime. If you're really pre-diabetic, drink it 1 hour or 2 hours before you go to bed. It helps you prevent you have nighttime sugar spike, and that is so important. The last but not least, you have to regular checkup for a doctor to measure your HbA1c, because with that, you are able to early detect whether you have pre-diabetic, and with that, you can early test to really have early intervention. What we all talk about, again, check your A1C right here. Check your A1C. So that way you understand you 2 to 3 months average what is your A1C, and you can find out from the healthcare provider what you have to do. And a lot of people after start realizing that, wow, you mean I am a pre-diabetic? Now you understand your disease, you can able to act. And why we have to drink low sugar tea really help you lower your blood sugar, your cholesterol, give you better cardiac health, improve your blood pressure. And low sugar tea is anybody, even before they get pre-diabetic, they can drink it to prevent them to become a pre-diabetic or diabetes. And basically just provoke them with a healthy eating habit, no sugar, no caffeine. It will not affect the sleep. It will give you relaxation. Plus, they have a lot of antioxidant that reduce to support your body overall health. Also, you have better your metabolism. You can boost your metabolism, improve your body energy efficiency. That's what low sugar is all about. It's not a drug. It's just a food. You have no contraindication with your drugs, and it works together with you. So in conclusion, as really pediatrics is just a warning sign, but it's not a life sentence. You're not diabetes yet, but you can reverse it. You can, if you're in a diabetes already, you can reverse back to 6.4 below or 6% below. And simply, you just reverse it with daily habit. Small change, it compare, protect heart, your brain, everything. And really with that, you have most important is because now you start understanding your pre-diet, you're changing your lifestyle. You're going to start better food, you decrease your low-carb diet, you have better exercise, lower your weight, you basically better sleep, manage your stress, and also you are now become a whole new body now because you lower your weight, your blood sugar become better, and small progress will continue to go change. Changing lifestyle take time, and basically it will take you 6 to 8 months to really get the whole system understand. So once you start changing, you know what? You stay with it, your risk to become a future diabetes will substantially decrease. All the problem of diabetic, meaning heart disease, your brain to get a stroke, kidney disease, your high blood pressure, blindness, all that's a substantial decrease. So your future health is dependent on you to do something now. You have to do it now. You owe it to yourself. If you have that, if you practice that, we will not get into all type of diabetic and diabetic complication. We'll try to delay all these process, never get into diabetes. That will be very good for you. And I hope you can, after seeing that, it's easy to understand, easy to practice. It's up to you to able to do or not. So if you have any question, please write to us, Andy, Andy, at wahfong.com. Andy at wahfong.com. Or WhatsApp us, 852 country code 6792-8891. 852-6792-8891. A lot of people actually do write to us, and we answer them, and we appreciate you spending time. I noticed today there's quite a few people here. They come and appreciate you really spend the time to learn about what is pre-diabetic, what is the diabetic, what is the pre-diabetic, what is type 2 diabetes, and net result, how can you prevent and how can you revert that from your diabetic state to pre-diabetic state, or from pre-diabetic state come down to normal state. You can do it. It's up to you. I can encourage you, after you see this lecture, start doing your diet control on carbs, 150 grams per day if you can. You start exercise. You got to do 10,000 steps. Get a watch, because I have my watch. I measure myself. Started off maybe slightly, half an hour. After that, you go more and more, become 1 hour. And then you lose the weight at least 10% of body weight, and sort of practice what we do, listen to the lecture and get to know yourself and empower you to change. That's all I could do to help you to, I hope that you enjoy the webinar to do, and I hope you can change your lifestyle. I appreciate your time and have a wonderful weekend. Thank you very much. And thank you for being part of this wonderful time to learn about pre-diabetic and how to prevent it by naturally changing your lifestyle. Okay, thank you again, and have a very nice and healthy weekend. Take care. See you next week.